Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Young here, and today I'm back in a Fortnite video. And in today's video, I'm going to be going into my best tips and tricks and just my how-to guide when it comes to third parties and what to do when you're getting shot from multiple players. So when you get into that situation in game, which happens pretty much almost every single game, you'll know exactly what to do and different ways to get out of that situation. Or if you wanted to kill all the players, I can show you exactly how to do that as well. And before we get into the video, I have a V-Buck giveaway. If you guys want a chance to win some free V-Bucks, all you need to do is to drop a like on this video. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on my notifications, and leave a comment down below of your Xbox gamer tag, PSN gamer tag, or Epic account. And as well, make sure you guys have me supported as a creator on the item shop. All you need to do this is go to the item shop, hit X, type in Young Humor. That's all you have to do, and you will have me added and supported as a creator. And alright guys, let's go right to the video. Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be talking about getting third party in Fortnite and different ways to get out of it, and just how to guide and exactly what to do so that you can dominate all the players in your lobby and then get easier wins. So when it comes to getting shot from multiple players in Fortnite, it's a little bit different when it comes to just in a solo lobby if you're getting shot from multiple players at the exact same time, or when if it comes to a duo game or a squad game where they're on the same team. It's a little bit different, but a lot of the same things will apply, because when you're in a duos or squad game, say you're getting shot from 2 players or maybe even 3 or more, so you're getting shot out from the exact same team, there's a lot of players on you, and one thing you can do a lot of the times is if you can just get that one initial knock, it's going to buy you a lot of time. If you just kill one of the players, a lot of times the other player on the team is going to immediately try to go for a revive or just try to save their teammate in any way. So when they're doing that, it's going to give you a lot of time if you want to go for any type of, pop any heals, or if you just want to go for high ground or just play off of it, because they're going to be going for their teammate. I would say 9 out of 10 times. They're not going to just leave them by themselves. So you can use that as bait, or you can just use it to buy yourself a little bit of time to go for high ground, or maybe just to get out of the situation altogether. But if it's 2 different teams, or if you're in your solo lobby, it is a little bit different, because once you get that first kill, you still have another player that you have to kill as well. So I would definitely say it is a little bit harder when it comes to fighting multiple teams than when it comes to fighting people on the exact same team, because you can use getting that knock to your advantage. So of course the first thing that you do when you get shot from multiple teams is you want to know exactly where the other players are and exactly how far they are from you. And I think that's really important, because it depends on what angle you're getting shot from when you're getting third partied. Because if it's 2 completely different angles, say it's behind you and in front of you, that's going to be a lot worse than 2 teams to your left and then a little bit different, maybe to your bottom left and to your top left. That's going to be a lot easier than trying to fight off 2 people from 2 completely different angles. So I would say the more separated that they are, the harder it's going to be. Because trust me, it is a lot harder to fight off 2 people from different directions than it is to try to fight off 2 players who are coming from the same direction. Because when they're coming from that same direction, you don't have to worry about getting shot in the back, you don't have to worry about shot from the side, and it's going to save you a lot of time. Because if you're getting sprayed at, you only have to worry about building that wall. And if you're getting shot in the back and the front, you have to worry about building 2 walls at the exact same time. And for me, playing on a little bit lower of a sensitivity, I'm going to get tagged the absolute mess out of. So if I'm getting shot from multiple angles, I kind of have to reposition myself, or I'm just going to get tagged to mess and I'm going to lose all of my HP really quickly. Also, another thing to keep in mind when you're getting third party, you definitely want to know how much HP they have, because you might be in a third party where you're already fighting another player, and say you're fighting that player and you get quite a bit of tags on them, you end up draining them to, I would say, no shield, or maybe even less than 50 HP. So you know they're low, and the second you make them low, you're getting shot from another player to either your left or right, or it could be from behind you. But either way, it definitely plays a huge factor, because if that player is low on HP, it's going to be more effective for you to try to kill that player with 50 HP than it is to try to go for the player who might possibly have 200 or even have some more if he has extra shield left over. But you also have to be pretty careful with this, because when you're fighting that player, because a lot of times when they're low on HP, they're just going to be boxed up and then they're not going to try to challenge anything. So you have to be careful of it, because a second they just start boxing in and then you're trying to spray it through a wall, the other player that's going to be third party, they're going to be trying to go for the kill on you, or just try to get as many shots on you, try to drain your HP as much as possible. And that's where it kind of gets really annoying, because you almost killed a player, they're at 50 HP, and then you're trying to finish them, but right when you try to finish them, you're getting shot from another player, so it makes it even harder to go for the finish. And sometimes you're not even able to get the finish because you're getting shot at from the other player. And a good way to counter this is, say you maybe you have a guy low, so you have them low, they're boxed in, and then you see a shot from another player. One thing that's really good to do, that's something that's really effective and a smart way to play, is kind of trade the positions with them. And what I mean by that, say if you're getting sprayed from your right, so basically there's a guy to your right, you're there, and then the person to your left is the person who's low. Instead of trying to challenge him from that angle, what you should do is you should go around to the other side of his box and then try to challenge from there. And when you go from the other side, basically the player that was shooting at you initially, he's going to be looking at the player that you're trying to fight, because once you trade positions like that, once you go around the box, from the perspective of the other player who's third partying, they're going to be seeing the player in the box before they see you. So essentially what you want to do is you want to make the player who's in the box, you want to make sure that he's the one that's getting third partied and not you. Because if you try to go for a kill on him and you have the other guy shooting at you, it's going to be nearly impossible to try to finish off that player unless you have a deagle and you go right through his wall or anything that can kill him quickly, or if you get a few lucky tags or maybe get the wall on him. But other than that, it's going to be more difficult. So just going around the box, going to the other side, just away from the player that's shooting at you from the third party, that is going to be your best bet, and it's going to save you a ton. This is something that's very, very effective. It also is a very smart way to play. And this is something that even could be done before, and you could be the one third partying yourself. Is say you see two people fighting, you can even put yourself in a position where you put yourself in between one of the players and then try to just pinch that player and get as many shots off on them, try to drain their HP, or do anything you can to try to get the kill on them. And also another really good tip and another really good thing that you can do, and this mainly applies when you're fighting, when you're maybe in between two really good players. So maybe you're trying to fight a player who you know is a little bit better than average players, so they're a pretty good player, and the other person coming up, you think they're also a pretty good or above average player. And this is something that I do quite a bit when I play the solo cups, if I'm playing scrims, or anything where I'm going against a lot of players that I know are going to be pretty good at the game, and just overall going to be really sweaty players. So normally what I do is I don't really worry about going for the finish. Of course, if they're really low, like 20 HP, and I think I can get like a cheeky shot on them, or maybe I can shoot them from the side and try to get the finish on them, of course I'm going to go for it. But most of the time, what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to immediately box up, and when I'm boxing up, I'm going to make sure that I have as many builds connected as possible and as many walls as connected as possible mine. So when I'm in that box and when I'm playing slow, I'm making it so it's very difficult for the other players to just focus on me. And if they want to try to get a shot on me, I could be in any one of those boxes, and I could pretty much be anywhere at any time. Because if you're in just one single box, it's going to be very easy for the other players nearby just to spam at your walls. But if you have multiple boxes or multiple walls, or maybe you're just lost in between a bunch of builds, it's going to be much harder for the other players to find you unless they have like a boombox and they have dynamite explosives, which a lot of cases they do, but honestly it's still a really good tip and something that I would recommend. And when you're doing this as well, the first thing you can do that's pretty effective is, so when you box yourself in, the best thing you can do is just eddy yourself downwards. So maybe go 2 or 3 down, so pretty much you're in the middle of your builds. And when you're in the middle of your builds, it's going to be much harder for the other players trying to shoot at you just to try to figure out where you are. And by the time they try to figure out where you are, they're always going to be looking for the easiest kill possible, because it just makes sense. So if you're a player and you see 2 other people fighting, then you see one guy, he edits down or runs away from the situation, you're just going to be focusing on the other player, because the other player is going to be trying to fight you, and the other player is going to be kind of in a situation where you have a pretty good chance to kill them. So obviously you're going to go for the kill on them because it's so much easier for a kill. And if they wanted the kill on you, they're going to have to work so much harder trying to dig through builds and just trying to figure out where you are. So trying to get lost from the other players, where that could be, expanding outwards or maybe just editing down. So just creating as much distance as possible, and as well just trying to get lost from them, is going to be your best bet. Because as soon as they start fighting, you can be the one to third party that situation, and you can be the one who gets the kill from it. But for me, I play pretty aggressive in this game, so the only time I really do that is when I'm playing either a scrim lobby or if I'm in a pop-up cup and I'm going against really good players. Otherwise, I'm typically in all my single games, or every single game that you guys see, I'm always running the deagle. Because if I find a deagle, I'm going to pick it up because I can just run through people's walls. Pretty much everyone builds out of wood, so I'm just constantly running through walls, and it's very effective. So if I'm getting shot from another team, most of the time I'm going to be trying to play as aggressive as I possibly can on the person who's going to be the lowest player. And since I have the Deagle pump, I'm just going to be running through the walls trying to finish him off as quick as possible. So I'm basically just trying to pick off one of the players and then try to fight the other guy. So I'm trying to kill one and then go for the other one. So I'd say about 90% of the time that's how I play in public matches, because I'm always trying to get the most amount of kills possible. So I'm going to be the player who's going to try to get all the kills in that situation. And with that being said, that's wrap it up for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys liked it. And if you guys could, drop a like on this video. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on my notifications so you're notified for every single new video. And alright guys, I'll see you next video.